Happy Saturday morning. Would you look at my hairs? Everybody that watches these, they say, you see that Wallace with his hair sticking up? Mom, I want to tell you a quick story about that. So many years ago, I just started giving my opinion in the mornings after I'd watch the news, and I really wasn't worried about my look. So we go out to Sturgis. We're out in Sturgis, and Google Don Perdome. His nickname is the Snake. And Don is one of the greatest drag racers of all time. So right in front of my brother Rusty, Don Perdome goes, Herman, I love those coffee with Kenny's. And he kind of named it. He goes, I like it when you do those coffee with Kenny. He goes, your hair is all messed up. You got your glasses on. So it was really kind of Don Perdome that egged me on to, well, you know, I could make myself look a little better, but it's coffee with Kenny. So that's the reason. I mean, you know, it's in the morning, or it's the way it is. So anyway, today's story is my mom. Every single time I race, every single time, whether I win, run second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, Mom says to me in a high-pitched voice, Ken, you're just doing so good. You can't expect any better. You're 60 years old. So I want you to tell everybody, so you think I'm old and I'm doing good?
No, I have trouble realizing you are the age you are, because you think young.
I do.
And the racing makes you so excited. You really, really want to do that.
Yeah.
And you can see that. It comes through. And every time you race, I think, my God, he's out there racing 20-year-olds. and now you have to admit, we've heard a lot of guys that have hung around you and go to the races with you, and they say, man, I can't keep up with him. I mean, you have the energy of a 20-year-old guy. And I just get tickled every time you finish. Like, I mean, if you win, that's fabulous, but you finish second, third, fourth, or fifth or something, and you're excited, you're happy, you're talking about the guys you were racing against and how good they are. And they are good. They're all great racers, because at any local track, you've got your hot dogs, so to speak, and they're there, and they're coming for you. They might not admit that's what they're doing, but they're coming for you. And it's just a great combination, because all your enthusiasm, and then when they get to meet you, I think it's a plus for them. And I'm not saying this just because we're talking about you and you're my baby boy, but these kids realize that not only are you a good guy, you got a great personality, you have a feeling for people, you feel them, you can kind of look at them and you kind of automatically know what they're thinking, how they're feeling about it. And after they meet you and talk to you, they realize, oh, what a good friend he could be. You know, a true good friend.
Do you think sometimes, so you and myself, we fought the people in the grandstands all the time because they hated Dad so much. You know, Dad won 11 weeks in a row. What was it, yeah. 10? Dad won 10 straight weeks in a row over here at Tri-City Speedway. And you and I were in fistfights.
All the time.
Yeah, because they hated us. And that's the reason I think I took a liking to Jimmy Johnson. But, so you think it's odd this is a different dynamic now because I went NASCAR. You had a great career in NASCAR, and now I'm doing it backwards, and I'm coming back. And these drivers, they want to hate me because I made it to NASCAR. They're so fucking mad at me. But then if they beat me, they feel like they've won. So it's a much different thing than you and I grew up with because we grew up with hatred our whole life. I mean, they fucking hated us.
Well, now, I remember saying to somebody once that confronted me, which was a big mistake.
We both jumped that son of a bitch.
Yeah, that has happened before. But I said, I don't understand you. Explain it again. You want him to come to the racetrack to lose? You don't want him to come to the racetrack to try to win this race. You want him to come, just show up and lose.
So listen to this. Okay, so y'all saw that video from last night. And Mom come up out of bed this morning and she goes, man, you were excited last night. Now I said, oh, it was a good run. So the story behind that, and I was jacked up on Mountain Dew after the race. So that guy, he approached me early in the night. I didn't know who he was because I don't race there. That's Lincoln, Illinois. It's 2.5 hours up the road. I might run there once or twice every 2 years. So I went up there because our local track was rained out. This guy approaches me in this weird manner with this weird disposition. He comes up to me with kind of an anger look. He goes, and he doesn't introduce himself. He just goes, what are you doing here? And I'm like, oh, shit. I did. He goes, I said, all our tracks are rained out. And, he just kept kind of roughing me up a little bit to where I calmed him down. I put the fire out. He was kind of like pissed that I was up there.
Yeah, you're challenging him. He was ready to win that night till he saw you there.
See, she's a racer. Mom won a lot. So he was, and I didn't do a good job explaining it last night. So Kelly Kofsky shows up. So some hot rods show up last night. Some really good cars. Kelly Kofsky, they're an elite dealer. They sell Nick Hoffman's cars. Well, Kelly's super fast. Well, what was funny about last night was this guy that's really fast. He kicked our ass on the high side. He run that outside like I run the bottom. But I just wanted you to share with everybody. Mom's always amazed that I'm still racing because I am old. Mark Martin just texted me. Mark Martin from NASCAR just texted me. He says, you are my hero. You have so much energy. I said, Mark, I'm tired today. Well,
yeah, but like you said, you gotta want it, and you want it. You get as much out of it as you put into it, and you put a lot into it.
I just like doing it. I'm retired.
Sure you do.
I don't need to do this. I just like doing it.
No, but the good thing about this is, I don't want to pump your tires up or anything.
Don't worry about that shit. People, Mom, I'm a third child. It's Rusty, Mike, me. Fucking people beat me down 24/7. They, it's fine. Go ahead and brag on me for a little bit.
But anyhow, you have always had this people personality from the time you were a baby. I could push you around.
So it's not an act, huh?
Pardon?
It's not an act.
Hell no. No, it's not an act. It's your deep personality that comes out. And like I always say, I said, once people get to talk to you, they knew.
They're not mad at me?
They look at you and they think, now that is a trusted friend.
Yep.
They know you're not going to put them under. You're not going to throw them under the bus for any reason.
And I'm going to do a lot for you.
If anything, you're going to build them up. You're going to build their confidence in themselves.
Right.
That maybe they're doubting.
Yes.
But if you say something to them productive, it makes them think, well, I'm not so bad. I'm good. I could probably be even better.
That's people ask me all the time. They say, "How do you get along with your brother Rusty? He's so good. He's such a prick." and I tell everybody all the time. I said, "Listen, there's only one way to get along with my brother. let him stand 1 inch taller than you because Rusty's the man. Rusty does not tolerate people around him that challenge him. And I always say, look, you're going to go to victory lane with Rusty. Just don't fuck with him. Don't challenge him. So, yeah, and I know my job in life is people are so sad. They got so much guilt and everybody's so depressed. I'm like, oh, God. Because I tell people, Mom, I said, when I came out of my mama, I was excited.
Well, he came out, he's got a...
Right here, yeah.
Got a cut on his hand where...
Right there. Point to... See it, Mom? See that point right there? Okay, right there. So I was cesarean. I came out backwards. I came out backwards of her. And the friggin' doctor cut me. Oh, Mom, we got to quit. We're at 11 minutes.
Okay.
Well, that's good stuff. All right.
Well, we both look natural this morning. No makeup, no hair.
We're all
a
fucked.
mess.
Yeah. By the way... so the reason we did this coffee with Kenny is because every morning she's been here, she's here for a while. And every morning she's just basically, really raising her voice up. But you're 60 years old. I guess I'm supposed to be. And I tell you what, Mom, I'll win like this. It does piss a lot of people off that I'm racing. These older guys, they're like, what are you doing racing?
That's called jealousy, Kenny. That's jealousy. They want to do that too.
Yeah, well.
And a lot of them can.
I love them. All right. Say goodbye, Mom.
Goodbye, Mom.